Welcome to our next tutorial of QUICKSURFACE. In many cases, if we import a form that it's really hard to be positioned, like this one, and many others, you may need to actually define a symmetry plane. This is an important feature that you need to get and place the object before you start to do anything else. So let's explore how QUICKSURFACE can help you with this. First of all, I see that there is an area here that I don't need it and it's not part of a symmetry, or you may have something that is kind around, so you need to remove everything. So you need to leave on the screen only the symmetrical part of your object. So I will use our mesh selection tools, select it here, and then I will just use freehand selection. In this example, I will make sure that select through is enabled, just to be able to remove everything. I will right click and will hide selected. Now we have everything we need to start with the symmetry. The symmetry plane is located into the primitives menu, but before you begin, you see that it is disabled. The reason for this is that it requires a pre-selected area that roughly will define your plane. So let's pick some points here by hand. I visually just draw on the screen, and this is good enough for me to define a plane. We need to define this starting plane, which automatically will be adjusted in such a way to define the symmetry. But be careful how you define a plane. To define the plane, you need to pick points which are positioned well in space to be able to define this plane. For example, if I select only this part, this is really hard to define the plane and it will be different. Let's explore. I will use the Alt key to unselect these. And before you actually apply the symmetry plane, you can make a simple test and just fit a plane. As you see, this is not the plane which is good for a symmetry, so it's a bad starting point for our algorithm. So we'll cancel here and we'll select a bit more here. And now, if I just try the plane, sorry, not the symmetry plane yet, this is roughly what I would expect from this plane. So I'm kind of ready to start. I just select primitives and click the symmetry plane. The algorithm now starts from the initial plane, and as you see, it created our guess what position this plane should be. You can see yellow points on the screen that define the mirrored mesh, and you can visually see how they overlap and what is the symmetry of your object. Because this is a plastic part, you can never achieve the perfection, and for this reason we provide a couple of tools to help you with this. The first thing that you can explore is actually your analysis. What it does, it creates a color map of the displacement of the mirrored mesh versus the original mesh. This is really useful so you can see how well it is mirrored. In this case, you see that we have achieved a lot of points that are in tolerance, and you can see the distribution. But furthermore, you can actually tweak your result and adjust your symmetry plane. There are a couple of controls here. So one is the rotation around the axis of the coordinate system that is defined by this plane. The z-axis is perpendicular to the plane, which is in this direction. The x-axis is this one or this one. And you can play to find out which one is x and y. And the other one is offset. So you can just use the different values. And as you can see, the plane is offset, and immediately you can see the new result because it compares with how well you actually will define your symmetry plane. And for example, here I can probably rotate this by 15 degrees to adjust the way I want it, or maybe I can put it 30 degrees, which is a bit more aligned to my object, and then I can actually tweak around the tilting of the plane in different directions. But as you see now, the more I tilt the plane, the worse I get the result. So probably this is what is the best for me. To reset the results, you can either press cancel and rerun the algorithm, or you just put these values to 0 and you can see your original position of the plane. When you're ready, you can just press create, and it will be created as a normal plane which is locked, so you cannot modify and translate, but you can use it in alignment process to define a coordinate system. I hope this video is useful. Thank you for watching.